Jean Seberg. I start asking if anyone knows the actress in the auditorium posters. Marcy doesn't, my boyfriend doesn't. I asked flag team sponsor, Coach T, who says Jean was from here and got kind of famous, but mostly in France. No big deal. She thought she'd seen some of Jean's movies. Jean was decent. Airport, maybe. The mouse that roared. Tell me more about this mouse, I say. Metaphor, she says. Paint Your Wagon. Paint Your Wagon is the only Jean Seberg movie the library has. The librarian, Mrs. Devereaux, brings me her own copy of Jean's biography from home, says she'll order more films. This movie is about some miners going west to look for gold. In the opening credits, it's an all scruffy-looking men. It hits me that I know the theme song. We sang it in chorus in the 4th grade. Where am I going? I don't know. Where am I heading? I ain't certain. All that I know is I am on my way. Whoa, there are no women in the whole town, and when Jean comes to visit, her husband, who already has another wife, Mormons, auctions her off. The man who wins is a falling down drunk who has Clint Eastwood argue for him. No wonder people love Clint Eastwood. I didn't know he ever looked like that, pinched but not the shrunken head he is now. Oh my God, Clint Eastwood is singing. Of course, Jean falls in love with Clint instead of his scurvy friend she was forced to marry. What, oh my God, she marries him too. She marries Clint, she has 2 husbands. We sang the theme song for 2 husbands in 4th grade, and they say the word horny several times. This is one fucked up movie. At the end, the whole city falls to the ground. Maps. After that weird polygamy mining musical, Jean Seberg has my attention. How do you start from here and end up there, born and raised? Luck. The biography Devereaux gives me says the director picked Jean out of 18,000 hopefuls to play Joan of Arc in his movie St. Joan. I can't get picked first of 20 for dodgeball. I control a flag like a motherfucker, though. Ask anyone. A bout de souffle. This guy looks like an idiot, holding a cigarette in his mouth like that. A pervy idiot looking at high school girls on the side of the road. Nothing like sunshine. He points his gun at his reflection in the mirror. The camera's all blurry and I'm kind of dizzy. He kills a man and runs across a field to dramatic music, jazz hands. I'm bored already. Does he have herpes? He keeps rubbing his lip. He steals her money while watching her take her clothes off. Kind of like how Marcy used to go upstairs and dance behind the screen during teen night at the club on the edge of town called The Box. Everyone knew who was taking her clothes off. Everyone was watching. Here's Jean, finally. She's so beautiful, like movie stars are beautiful. She does kind of look like an elf, though. She reminds me of that creepy dude who has mushrooms painted all over the roof of his house, gnomes in his front yard. But elf dude's face looks hard. Why don't you wear a bra, her co-star asks, pokes Jean in the boob. Live dangerously until the end. He crosses himself and walks away. The camera keeps spinning. I'm dizzy and their ties are terrible. If he does that thing with his lip again, I'll just die. That's the worst fake karate chop I've ever seen. What? He just asked her to sleep with him? Says it out loud on the sidewalk in front of God and everyone? Just like that? Why are you so mean? He asks. Why are you so sad? She says. If I could dig a hole to hide in, Jean says, I would. She kisses the new guy but doesn't move her head. The lights come on all at once. Jean looks at herself in the store window, pats her tummy. Is she supposed to think she's fat? He's waiting for her naked in her own bed. She brushes her eyebrow with a hairbrush. He talks to himself in the mirror, hides his head under the sheet. She holds a teddy bear. Give me a smile, he says. If by 8 you haven't smiled, I'll strangle you. I'm pregnant, she says, washing her feet in the toilet. Of course she is. She's wearing stripes, like a convict. She wants to go to Mexico, and the siren is so loud. She has a bruise underneath her fingernail when she smokes. Take off your top, he says. Take off your top. It feels like how when Kent Burke tells Marcy to show him her tits. He says it again and again. Jean looks like she never believes herself when she smiles. I will never forgive her for that. Smiling when he says so. Thank you.